As Israel ramps up its military offensive in Gaza, more than a quarter of the population of the besieged strip has moved out for their own safety. Now, according to fresh IDF estimates, some 20,000 people have already left Gaza City overnight. Israeli strikes have killed and injured many civilians, forced thousands more to flee their homes, and devastated Gaza's already fragile infrastructure. The Israeli military's Arabic language spokesman, Avichai Adrai, has issued on Sunday a warning to those in Gaza's port area and Al Rimal neighborhood to evacuate immediately to a humanitarian zone in the south, where Gazans say there is no more space to pitch tents. More than 320,000 Palestinians have so far evacuated Gaza City to other areas of the strip. Now, around 1 million Palestinians were estimated to be residing in Gaza City before the IDF began to prepare for the major offensive against Hamas there. Last week, the IDF ordered all of Gaza City to evacuate immediately ahead of the planned offensive. The scenes of mass flight from Gaza City came as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio arrived in Israel in a show of support, despite an Israeli strike in Qatar this week. Well, the Israeli military has issued multiple evacuation warnings for Gaza City, but many residents say that they have nowhere else to go, claiming that the area in south is not livable and has been bombed by the Israeli troops.
This building was full of displaced people. The Israeli army decided to destroy high-rise buildings, bomb this one, and order residents to go to the south of Gaza. But people went south and then came back north because there is nowhere to stay in the south. The bombing there is even more intense than in the north.
Well, in recent days, the Israeli military has targeted several high-rise buildings in Gaza City, saying they were being used by Hamas militants. The Palestinian death toll in the Gaza Strip has risen to 64,871. According to Gaza health authorities, 164,610 have been injured since the conflict between Hamas and Israel erupted on October 7, 2023. And for more details, joining us live on the broadcast is Mohammed Najib. He's a journalist, war correspondent and security analyst from Ramallah. Thank you so much, Mr. Najib, for joining us on the broadcast.
Thank you.
So we've seen a significant escalation in Gaza City with the destruction of entire apartment blocks and high-rises that once housed thousands of people. Now, how does this intensification of the assault change these strategic goals, and what does it signal about the next phase of this conflict?
Well, the IDF launched a wide-scale military operation against Gaza City by bombing the high towers and forced thousands of Palestinians to evacuate Gaza City to the south, but the southern areas are overcrowded areas, under resources and unsafe for them, and some don't have money to pay for the carriers or cars to transport their families and their stuff there. Others didn't find any place there, so they went to the Gaza beach, and others decided to stay at their places because they don't have another option. It's a collective punishment, humanitarian catastrophe for the Gaza people, for 1 million of Gaza City people after 2 years of the break of the Gaza war. So this is a deeply concern for Palestinians, and we heard how it was catastrophic for them to be forced to be displaced from there, and no one knows how it will bring security for Israel, how this will defeat Hamas, how is also it will risk the lives of the Israeli hostages in the hands of Hamas if they continue this military operation. And even the IDF chief of staff said this will not eliminate Hamas, and the IDF will not be responsible for civilian life and services for Palestinians. So it's it's the political motivations behind this military operation by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Right, Mr. Najib, you rightly pointed out tens of thousands of Palestinians are being displaced from Gaza City and are instructed to move to what Israel has designated as humanitarian zones in the south. However, from the reports that we're getting from the ground, consistently show that these areas are anything but safe and are already severely overcrowded. And according to figures, around 320,000 Palestinians have evacuated Gaza City. And for the civilians who have nowhere to go, what are their alternatives here?
The alternatives is not to force them to be displaced and uprooted forcibly from their city. And the way that the Israelis is doing is just want to evacuate 1 million from Gaza City to the south. They don't care about them. The southern areas are overcrowded, under-resources. They don't have water. They don't have food. They don't have medicine. They don't have even places to install their tents. They don't have tents. They don't have money to pay for the cars and the trucks that will transport their stuff with them. And others just give 5 minutes to evacuate their houses before bombing their houses and towers. So they just left without anything, without any stuff. So that makes the life more catastrophic and deepen the humanitarian crisis of the people of Gaza. There are 2 million in Gaza, and the sufferers now included all of them, added the Gaza City population of 1 million Palestinians.
Right, Mr. Najib, and what has been destructed is not just buildings and apartment complexes, it's also the shared history and culture of an entire community. And of course, we'll have to wait and see what the long-term consequences of this emerging reality will be. But for now, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspective with us.
Thank you.